Remember the last video we showed you how to find gold using a drill and a bucket? Well, we're taking it to the next level. And this time I'm gonna show you how you can take an old poop tube and some miner's moss and find even more gold. This has got to be our cheapest hack yet. Now, if you didn't see that video on us using a drill and a bucket to get gold, I'm gonna leave a link right there. That way you can get your own gold. Now, for those of you that don't know, this is referred to as a gutter pipe. Now, I know a lot of you guys have probably heard about the gutter sluice, or what we like to call the poop tube sluice, but I'm telling you, you've never seen anything like what we're gonna be doing today. Now, for this build, you're gonna need some gutter tubing. You can find this at Lowe's or Home Depot. You're also gonna need the little elbow 90 degree that goes on the end of it. You're gonna need some miner's moss, and you're gonna need a chamois. When you go to pick it up, get the straight tubing, not the rounded stuff, because it's gonna be a lot harder to use this because you're gonna have to bend it into position, and it's gonna wanna bend back, and it's gonna be a pain in the butt. So make sure you get the straight tubing and not the curved stuff. You're gonna need to get a section of this white 4-inch PVC pipe too. Now, the first thing you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna take this 4-inch PVC plastic tubing and you're gonna cut it right down the sides, right in half. And when you're done, it's gonna look something like that. Then you're gonna cut off a 3-foot slice of that corrugated material, that poop chute tube, and you're gonna do the same thing, cut it in half. You see where I'm going with this? So now you have a 3-foot piece of the white tubing and a 3-foot piece of the corrugated drain pipe. And the idea is this guy is gonna sit in this guy. He's gonna give this guy support because this guy's not strong enough to keep himself together, so he's gonna need a little support. So that's what this guy is for. Now, there's all different ways that you can attach it to. I've seen a lot of guys out there glue them together, but the easiest way that we found is to pop rivet these things together, because the rivets hold this whole thing together a lot better than if you were to try to glue it together, because the glue eventually is gonna wear out and it's gonna pop out. So we like to put some pop rivets in there. It works a lot better. Then you take your 90 degree and you pop that thing on the end. Now, you can silicone that thing in there to keep the water leaking, but when you see how I got this set up, you don't really need silicone, and that way you can rotate it left or right if you decide to use it in a creek. Also, when you're cutting it, leave a little bit of a flange here. That way that elbow can fit on the end of that thing. But when you're finished, it should look something like this. See that? It's nice and rigid. It's only about maybe 2.5, 3 feet long, and it's got an elbow in it that rolls around. Ooh, but the good part's coming up. Now, the nice thing about this is you can use it in one of these mortar tubs that you get from Home Depot or Lowe's, or you could take it out to the creek. Now, if you take it out to the creek, obviously you're gonna need to put some kind of backing on here to keep it from rolling around. But in these tubs, it sits perfectly in there. And then I'm gonna show you where the miner's moss and the chamois comes in. I know you haven't figured it out, or maybe you have. If you have, leave me a comment down below before I tell you. We'll see how many guys out there have got their noodles strung on tight. All right, now I know you guys have seen this gutter sluice before like this, all right? I know you're thinking, Jeff, what exactly is different? Well, if you haven't seen it, the reason why I've got the 90 degree up here at the top is that way I can stick my hose there, turn it on, and look at this. It's about the cheapest sluice you'll ever gonna make. Look at that. And then if your material's screened down, you just put the stuff in like such. And look at that. That's the poor man's sluice box right there. You can't beat it. Of course, I can adjust the water flow, get more water going in there. And I can angle this up higher if I want. See what I mean? Not bad, huh? Oh, but you haven't seen anything yet. So we're gonna take this to the next level. Are you ready? Huh? Well, then you better smash that like button or I'm not gonna show you. That's right. Oh, you better keep them pants on. You're gonna take the miner's moss and the chamois and put them together. And you're gonna run it up into that 90. And the miner's moss is going to capture the gold. But the problem is gold likes to drop to the bottom, right? Most of you guys usually use a deep V matting on the other side in your sluices and your trommels. But in this case, we're using the chamois to catch the gold.
It's genius!
The prophecy is true.
Get your chamois, get it nice and wet. Yeah, oh. And yeah, you're gonna get wet. Take the wide part of the chamois, put it underneath the miner's moss, and then shove this up into your poop tube.
What is that?
And then at the top, you pull out the chamois like that. Are you seeing it? Huh? And then there's my miner's moss sticking out right there. Do you see that? And you will not lose any gold this way. We're gonna perform a little test. I'm gonna get some gold, we're gonna throw it in there, and we're gonna see if we get all of our gold back. That way we're actually determining whether if this is gonna work or not. And we're gonna get stuff that's as small as 100 minus. And if it catches that, you know it'll work anywhere. All right, so here's our tray. We got it teared out. You see that, 0, 0, 0? All right, and here's the gold. We're gonna try. I got some big chunkies all the way down to about minus 100. And that's 1.35 grams of gold right there. All right, now I got a bucket of classified material. Remember, classification is the key. You start shoving rocks in that poop tube, and guess what? It's gonna plug it up. Then you're gonna need some X-lax. So we're gonna take our gold and we're gonna dump it in the bucket. It's all done. Stir it around, baby, yeah! Now, I highly recommend that you run this stuff wet, not dry. It'll work a lot easier, but for today's demonstration, I'm just gonna dump it in dry, because if it'll do it dry, it'll work every time. All right, let's fire this monkey up. Oh, and I got a big surprise for you. If you have a tub and you don't wanna run a recirc unit on this, I'm gonna show you how you can use your existing water and run it through. It's really simple, watch this. I'm just gonna dump it at the top. Right up here in the 90, look at that. I'm just gonna dump it on in there, see that? Now, I can run my hose in here like this and control the flow. See that? Or if I don't wanna waste water because I wanna save the environment, I can just dump the water in with my gold pan, see that? And it works just as fine. Yeah, baby. Look at that. So I'm gonna go ahead and dump all this stuff in and see what happens. Remember Vacation with Chevy Chase? Pooper's plugged. And this is lightweight. You could take it out to any stream or creek. And it works every time. But like I said, classification is the key. Remember the golden rule? I know Mike Pung, you're out there going, yeah, I remember the golden rule. Let's get all that in there. Get some water in there, make sure we're clean. Yeah. See what I mean? Look at that. All right, now the moment of truth. You're saying, yeah, Jeff, I want to see you pan out that material. Well, it's really simple. Just close up your chamois, kind of like you do with mercury. Close up the bottom end like this, pull it out the bottom, and put it in here. So I'm going to wash this material out into my gold pan. Just like that. Oh, you can see the gold in there. Nice, huh? Now the moment of truth. So you guys know how to clean out this miner's moss. You flip it upside down and you smack it on the water like this, and it frees up any gold that might be trapped in that miner's moss. See that? Just like that. The chamois, you're gonna flip it upside down like this. See that? Because I can see all the dirt and all the little particulates in there. And you're gonna clean him off in that gold pan. Just like that. See what I mean? Really, really easy. And then you're gonna squeeze them out. Squeeze that gold out. Just like that. Now we're gonna pan it out. Moment of truth, Bubba. Moment of truth. All right. Do the Williams wiggle. Alabama bump. Let's get you in the sunlight here. I can't really see. There we go. Let's see what we got. Ooh, I got a lot of black sand. Let's see what we got. Ooh, I seen some gold coming through. Shake that down. Ooh, I got me some gold. Oh, look at that. Yeah, baby. And you can see the ultra fine pieces in there too. You see that? Look at that. All right, so what we're gonna do is, I know you're thinking, Jeff, dry that stuff out because I want to see how much gold in there. I'm gonna do that, so just keep the pants on. Hold on a second. Yeah, cooking that gold up, baby. All right, turn the scale on, tear him out. Here's the gold that we cleaned up. Let's see what we got. $1.36. Nice. Probably some of that black dirt in there. Nice, that's what I'm talking about. So the poop tube sluice box does work, especially when you put a little miner's moss in there and a chamois. You can't beat it, and this thing is so light you could take it out to any stream and creek and pack it back in. So if you get a chance, I want you to build one. Now, if you guys have better ideas or suggestions on how to make this thing better, go ahead and leave me a comment down below, because I would love to hear them, and that way we can all make better sluice boxes really cheap. And I'll see you on the next video.